So in this problem, what we have is a 2 by 2 matrix, and what we have to do is we're supposed to find the inverse of this matrix using elementary row transformation. So we know that A, which is your matrix, is going to be a 2 by 2 matrix, and what we have to do is we basically have to find the inverse of this matrix. So just remember that when you multiply an identity matrix with your matrix itself, what you're going to have is the matrix. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to substitute the values back into A, and it's going to substitute I. And over here, what we're going to do is you're going to swap R1 and R2. So once you've done swapping R1 and R2, remember that you have to swap R1 and R2 both in your LHS and your RHS. Okay. So once you've done that, you're going to get -4 and 2 in your first row, and 3 and -1 in the second row. And same way on the RHS, what you're going to have is 0 and 1 in the first row, and 1 and 0 in the second row. So what's going to happen now is you're going to multiply the first row with -1. So once you multiply the first row with -1, what you're going to have is 4 and -2 in the first row. So obviously, you know, when you're going to try to make your LHS into your identity matrix, you're going to have 1 and 0 and 0 and 1. So let's get a 1 in your first position. To do that, we're going to do R1 is equal to R1 minus R2. So once you've done that, you're going to have 1 and -1 and 3 and -1. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to have to just, you're going to try and make your third position into a 0. So to do that, what you're going to do is you're going to do R2 is equal to R2 minus 3 times R1. So once you've done that, you're going to get a 0 in the third position. So now we're going to try and get a 1 in your fourth position. To do that, we're going to multiply the second row completely with 1 by 2. Remember, when you're multiplying the second row with 1 by 2, you should do that for your LHS and for your RHS. So once you've done that, you're going to have 1 and -1 in the first row and 0 and 1 in the second row. So all you have to do now is you're going to have -1 as 0. So to do that, what we're going to do is you're going to do R1 is equal to R1 plus R2. So you're going to have 1 and 0 and 0 and 1. So that's all you have to do. So you already have your identity matrix on your LHS. So all you have to do is you're going to take your RHS and you're going to say that that's going to be an inverse matrix. So your inverse matrix is basically 1 and 1 by 2 on the first row and 2 and 3 by 2 on the second row.